Welcome back. So let's talk a little bit about the introduction to design thinking, especially with some of the theory. Now, those of you that are regulars on my channel have probably watched my Mary Parker Follett playlist, where I talk a lot about her theories. I've never seen anyone that talks about design thinking specifically to refer to Mary Parker Follett, but a lot of her ideas are screaming throughout this concept of design thinking, right? So, as entrepreneurs, we're taught that you've got to do a lot of storytelling. I've got this great idea, I translate it into a product for the audience, and here you go, take it or leave it, right? That's what we're taught a lot of, is entrepreneurs as storytellers. Design thinking, instead though, flips the script, and they say that instead what we need to do as entrepreneurs is do a little bit more story listening. It's not about you come up with a great idea and do hypothesis testing, aka deductive reasoning. It's more of an inductive or abductive reasoning technique. Okay? So, in other words, you're going to go in with a totally open mind and see what customers want, and then you design your products around that. Of course, this can also sort of be equated with effectuation, except design thinking is more outward looking than it is inward looking. Okay? So it involves a lot of watching customers, observing customers, talking to customers, seeing what they feel and what they think, and then you as the entrepreneur have to add some of that glue. Because a lot of design thinking is understanding that customers don't always know what they want. And so that's kind of your skill as the entrepreneur if you use design thinking. Now, a lot of people see, they'll watch the whole playlist, or they'll get a seminar on design thinking, like, okay, great, I understand the tools, but exactly what do I do now? Think of design thinking as almost a methodology for conducting like an ethnography or kind of like field work, right? Field work means that you go out into the environment that you wish to serve or you wish to study, and actually you do the observation. So it gives you kind of a framework that you can use to observe people, to interview people. It's kind of a mindset that you then use to conduct your observations or your ethnography. Okay, so it's all about doing all these things that we're going to talk about in this playlist, and then going out and observing customers. And I'll give examples of this all throughout this playlist, and I think that will clarify it. But that's the whole purpose. It's a kind of an ethnographic framework. And if you're curious about ethnography, I have plenty of videos on my channel discussing ethnography. Feel free to check some of them out. And so that's the very basics of design thinking. In our next video, we're going to talk about some of the components of design thinking. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this playlist. Hit that like button, that's a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button too. I'm a starving YouTube creator. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them down below. Looking forward to seeing you next time.